Before we begin, we'd like to remind you that forex trading involves significant risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Please pause the screen and read the full disclosure. Thank you.
Okay, pound dollar. Here again, no interest rate changes are expected first half of the year. BOE confirmed that last night. They held tight on their rate. Their statement was fairly dovish. They did stick to their quantitative easing goals. They did not announce any new bond purchases or anything new to stimulate things. This week's news for the pound in general is flat to, yeah, pretty well flat. There were a few things that were a little bit mixed to the downside. And if, one of the purchasing manager index was up slightly, revision from last month. Let's see. Yeah, flat to mixed. And here again, this is a dollar-denominated pair. So it's gonna be as wild, if not more wild, than the Euro USD tomorrow when the NFP hits. I mean, obviously, right now it looks like a short, but cable, is much less liquid than the Euro USD pair, and you can easily see, cable come back 200 pips and then back down to pre-entry number and then down 200 pips. It could be all over the map. Or just flat out, not react at all and kind of go to sleep and leave you holding the bag going into the weekend with the G7 volatility over the weekend. So not a whole lot of great news coming out of the UK. They still have a long, long way to go. Versus the news that we've got, I'm bearish right now. And I think that one of the things that we saw this week was, if we look at the weekly, we're still kind of in this range, the larger range, from the 5,700 area up to 6,800 area. However, look, we're at the bottom, and we've been pushing towards the bottom of this range. If we go in towards the daily chart, we'll see that. Let me draw some other trend lines on here for you, or at least some lines that will contain price action. Okay, that's kind of a longer top line. Not really a trend line. It hasn't been tested 3 times, but then again, it hasn't been approached in quite some time either. If we get more aggressive here and we draw this line, still not a trend line yet. I kind of call this a sandbox line as long as we stay within this area. I'm not finding a whole lot of reasons to be long. Now, until yesterday, we had stayed somewhat within this range here. We had actually traded under it one day, but then we got a reasonable move back to the upside. Another attempt higher. This attempt higher kind of coincided with the same move that the Euro made. As you can see, it actually was a more aggressive move up. It cut through a few areas of resistance, but it stalled out right around this resistance area in here. And you can see it goes back, there was resistance here, there was support here, support here. So this kind of zone in here has in the past provided us some resistance and or support. It served as nice resistance here. This pair fell off even more vigorously than the Euro. Didn't even give me an opportunity really to get in. Also at the same time, we were in another trade that kind of took my attention and I just didn't see this as a great opportunity. I saw the potential that we could have bounced up here, and I didn't want to have any part of it. I already had a long dollar position in another pair. So, but we did actually come back down. We bounced right on this triangle here. Let's zoom in a little closer so we can see. We did bounce right at the bottom of this, oh so briefly, and then fell like a rock today through it. At this point, rather than try to take a short here, especially with tomorrow's risk, I'd be more than happy to let it come back up and try to test this trend line again. And I think that you could probably see an opportunity for maybe putting a short on and having a stop somewhere up in this area. Once again, that's not a trade call. That's just something you might want to think about. If that fits in with your system and your way of managing risk, I think there might be an opportunity there for you to look at, but you got to figure that out on your own. If I was to take a trade, it would be listed in the trade call section of the website, and you would get that mailed to you as soon as it came out. So right now, bearish. Let's take a look at the longer term. I mean, we get under this support here. We've already gotten under this triangle here. If we get under that support there, there's lots of opportunities for this to fall. Obviously it's not going to do so in a straight line. This is cable, so it can move back and forth on you 100 to 200 pips a day without taking much of a breath. So manage your risk accordingly, but take a close look at this and see how it fits into your system and see what decision you'd make. All right, let's go over and